All right, guys. So because I'm out today, some of the classes did get to this like notes practice. Some of you did not. Some of you only got through part of it. So I created the video for you guys so that you could do your sheet or finish your sheet and get it in your notebook and then move on to the next thing that I have planned. So I'm going to go through this with you guys. If you've already done like part of it, you can fast forward until you see where you need to pick up where we left off yesterday. Okay, but the goal is when I return that I can find all of these completed in your notebook. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is add our title. The title is the effect of, as you can see right here, it's mass. So it's going to be the effect of mass on the kinetic energy, KE. That is our title. We are going to label the x-axis with our independent variable, which will be mass, and it was measured in kilograms. Always have to include the unit. The y-axis will have the dependent variable, so what we are going to measure, and we're measuring kinetic energy, and it's measured in joules, capital J. We have to number the lines on our graph. I'm going to come over to the data table, and I see that the largest number in this data table is 2,000. Remember, I'm giving you a 10 by 10 graph, so when you make that division, you have 200. So over here, mass is going to go up by 200. So label each of those lines. You do have to label every line. You cannot skip lines. I know that seems like a lot, but that's how graphing works. This whole unit is about graphing, so you don't want to shortcut it. Okay, so there we go. Remember, you can pause at any time if you need to. The next thing we're going to label are the lines going up for the dependent variable. As you can see, it says 25,000. Divide that by 10 and you get 2,500. So we're going to take each line up by 2,500. There you go. Okay, so now we have all of them labeled. We're ready to put the data onto the graph. Starting with our 0, 0. The next one is 500. So that'll be right here between the 4 and the 6. And it goes up to 6,250. So I'm going to take it up. I'm going to guesstimate it about right there. I might be a little high, but we'll see. The next one is 1,000, and it goes up to 12,000. Yep, I did put that in the wrong spot. Whoopsies. Okay, so I'm going to move it over here. Disregard that one. All right, then the next one is 1,500. Up to 18,750. I'm going to say that's about right here. And then the last one is 2,000 and 25,000, which is much easier. Okay, so when you connect it, you should have a fairly straight line. So right over here where it says what's the shape of the line in this graph, and you're going to say it's straight. Okay, what's the relationship between mass and kinetic energy? Well, what's happening here is, as you can see, when mass goes up, kinetic energy goes up. Mass goes up, kinetic energy goes up. And so what's happening here is they're both increasing equally. So what I'm going to put here is when mass increases, kinetic energy increases equally. And that equally is extremely important. Okay? All right. Again, if this video is too fast, make sure you just pause, get caught up, and then move forward. Moving down, right here, our title. It's going to be very similar to the one we put up at the top, but this time we're looking at speed. So it'll be the effect of speed on the kinetic energy, on the KE. Okay, now we'll label. Over here on the x-axis is going to be our independent variable, which is speed. Our unit for speed is meters per second. On the y-axis will be our dependent variable, kinetic energy, measured in joules, which is an uppercase J. We will label the lines. 60, again, it's a 10 by 10. So when you do that division, it will be by 6. Good job. Okay, now we will do the next one, 1800. Well, when you do your division on this one, it will be 180. So this is where you may want to use your calculator. So you have 180 plus another 180 equals 360. Another 180 equals 540, and so on. Okay, now we are ready to put the information on our graph. We have our 0, 0. The next one, the speed is 15, so our 15 is going to be between the 12 and the 18, and then it goes up to 113. So it's not super high up there. The next one is 30 to 450, so I'll take 30. 450 will fall between these two. The next one is 45 to 1013. Whoops, I think I went a little too high. Sorry. And then the last one is your 60 and your 180. Okay, so when you connect this one, shape of the line is different. This one would be a curved line. The relationship between speed and kinetic energy is a little different. On this one, what's happening is when mass increases, speed goes up twice as much. So that's what we'll put here. When speed increases, kinetic energy increases twice as much. Okay, so make sure you have all of this. This is kind of like our graphing practice notes. so that when it comes time for you to create your graph, you're able to do this. We will also start practicing how to interpret and read them to answer questions as well. So glue it into your notebook, and you can now move on to the next thing that the teacher has to give you. Have a good day.